Why I like politics? Because my background is in science.
Would you study?
My actual science.
Actual science.
Number two, I spoke about the licenses and the whole business atmosphere in Nairobi. We are running a city that is not pro-business. Yet Nairobi is supposed to be the economic and financial hub of Africa. It's geographically placed in the right place. Everybody wants to be here, but they want a working city where I can move from point A to point B. I know all the rules, and that's why we say order. That all the rules are clear and all the rules are followed by everybody.
Right.
So number one, we're going to reduce all our licenses. All these licenses, including those the national government is levying in Nairobi, whether it is Music Copyright Society, Praise, whatnot, all of them will come under one license. I'm the one who will pay those entities. And I will not allow them to go around the city harassing people. Because today somebody comes, oh, I want to check your health license, or tomorrow somebody else comes, your dustbin should be plastic, not a carton. You're stifling business, and that is why, even now with the NMS and KRA collecting taxes, this year they've hardly hit 7 billion, yet Governor Sonko is doing 12.6 billion. So the first thing you do is that we agree in every sub-county and then borough, there's an aggregation point for garbage. We get our young people. Our young people are unemployed. They are jobless. But and they can come up with also companies to do the aggregation and sorting. Because we want, by the time the trash is going to Dandora or to whichever other landfill we set up as Nairobi, maybe in Ruai, that can be a factory. It comes sorted, it is collected from there, and then we can produce energy from our waste. The waste in Dandora has the capacity to actually light up our city. And we can do that. And so we will have sorted out unemployment, we will have sorted out cleanness of our city and reduce corruption because of reducing that human interaction with cash, because of digitizing, involving our young people in this murky business that has been camouflaged by cartels, and have a city that breathes.
When you talk of the current regime, an elaborate manifesto was given to the public. But to this end, somebody would look back and say, some were not implemented, and now the regime is getting out of office right now.
No wonder we talk about practicability.
Exactly.
Right?
So basically, in terms of implementation, the current government, I think where, personally, on a personal opinion, I feel like where they failed was they gave Kenyans what they want to do for Kenyans. They didn't come and ask Kenyans, you guys, what do you want us to do for you? And I think that is a very big thing that we have actually learned. And when developing the Kenya Kwanza manifesto, I think it was at the top, because when you say we will do this in this number of days, and yet you're not sure if the Kenyans mashinani actually want that thing to be done for them. But for example, you have a meeting with teachers and you tell teachers, what is your problem? They come and tell you there's a shortage of teachers in wherever, and this is and this, there's no curriculum development for ourselves as teachers when you're in the industry. Then what can we do for you? Then they suggest that for every teacher who is is employed currently, they should be able to advance their education at the cost of government. Like government will actually fund for a teacher to move from a P1 teacher to a degree teacher, so that their salary can also increase. You see, those are suggestions that were not there in the current government.
Yes.
We just said we'll help the teachers. But then that is exactly what I am having an issue with Azimio's manifesto, because it's copying or it's borrowing exactly from Uhuru's government. And those are the things that actually made a lot of stalling happen in this current government. However, if you look on this other side, we are saying, you guys have a shortage of at least 116,000 teachers in the country, as is right now. We are thinking of dividing this into two, because we can't hire them all in the first financial year. It will be absurd.
You're going to
we will
hire
not
them.
commit and say we will not have 116 teachers being employed on the first financial year. We will split this into two. Get the first batch in the first financial year, get the second batch in the second financial year. To fail on such will be, and it can't even be imagined, because you've actually planned and you have a budget. But there's something that Kenyans have to know is our manifesto has a budget outline already, has a detailed budget outline for each category.
Right.
Why I like politics? Because my background is in science.
Would you study?
My actual science.
Actual science.
You know,